Hi, I'm Logan Hanback, and this is my information speech. Today, I'll be informing you about current teacher salaries and how teachers are striking all over the country to change that. The current average salary for a teacher in the United States hovers around $39,000 according to the NEA.org. Teachers all over the country in places such as Arkansas and Alabama actually make less than that average, with things such as inflation cutting into that as well over long periods of time. Teacher pay is widely known for not increasing with inflation over the years. In places such as California and Arkansas, salaries vary greatly. In Arkansas, the average salary for a teacher is around $32,000 a year, while in California, it's around $50,000 a year. But the quality of life in a place such as that is also much higher, and the salaries required to keep that quality of life is higher as well. The poverty line in the United States currently hovers around $30,000 a year for a family of 5, according to thebalance.com. It starts off at around $12,000 a year for a person by themselves and increases by around $4,000 a year by each family member living in one household. However, that cost doesn't take into account a lot of the additional costs that it takes to raise a family, have kids going to school or private school, and the additional barriers that come along with raising children. When factoring in taxes, many teachers actually make less than $30,000 a year. So their families are below the poverty line, with large families numbering 4 or 5 struggling to make ends meet and provide food for their families. There are currently strikes going on all over our country to help combat this. Teachers all over the United States are trying to get their government to provide legislation to increase their pay as well as their benefits. These states include places such as Chicago, Illinois, West Virginia, and California, according to caseystats.org. Teachers, many of them have to work second jobs as well, just to make enough money to provide for their families. They're spending upwards of $500 of their own money to provide supplies for their classrooms, such as pencils, paper, and things such as that. There's often a misconception that teachers themselves are off during the summers and are paid for that time as well. But they are actually only paid for 9 months of the year, and their salaries are spread out over a 12-month period. Teachers can go on strike for several weeks, sometimes years, trying to get their government to provide for them what they deserve. During that time, children were without educators who are properly trained and certified to provide that education. Teachers are also without paying jobs during that time, or jobs that don't require their degree, which they work very hard to acquire over a 4-year period, 6-year period, or even sometimes an 8-year period. We can only hope that in the future, teachers all over the world will continue to see progress in their salaries and their benefits. In conclusion, teachers currently striking, shortages in states, and teachers all over the world who are living under the poverty line are a result of low salaries and benefits that don't support teachers enough to support their families. Thank you for your time.